Ah.
Is that the intro now? Or is our intro getting progressively worse that you just started with ah?
No. I was in the middle of doing my... Alright, boys.
What part of Hey Guys John did you start with ah?
No. Welcome back to Squirtle Squad. Listen, man, I know
Welcome to the I hope you have your pilot episodes on, because it's the pilot hat episode.
It's episode 2, Kurt. That was for episode 1. We're in a different segment now. Completely different. I know.
Welcome to the pilot hat episode where we talk about pilot hats.
I don't know if you watched any of my recent videos, but I have changed my intro from Hey Guys John Jr. here. Well, that's mean. That's very mean. It's now all right, boys, because there was like a dip in interest because it was like a 5-second intro versus like a 1-second intro. Moving on, let's go ahead and start with some viewer questions. So you guys left us some great questions here. The first one that we have, the first one that we have here is gonna be. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. You guys did not leave any questions.
Oh my god.
So we actually can't answer any questions unless there's any questions. So be sure to leave some questions in this episode of Squirtle Squad. You didn't like that one?
We've been here a minute and a half and we're already NA scuffed. How does this keep happening?
You didn't like that one?
Whose idea was this?
Unfortunately mine. So for transparency, Kurt and I are both very tired and we're recording this the night before.
We were supposed to record this 3 days ago. And then somebody went to the gym for 15 hours and never came back with the milk.
It's a little bit of both of our faults. I'm not going to lie.
Little what?
But,
huh?
Dude, Kurt, this dude took a nap yesterday. We were supposed to record it yesterday. He took a nap from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. He took a nap for 12 hours.
That's cap. I was up. Where were you?
I was also up waiting for you.
You never messaged or called me.
No, let's look at these messages. Let's go ahead. Do you still want to record
pull
tonight?
Pull
and
up,
what time?
I'm looking at the same shit, bro.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Do you still want to record tonight and what time? I'm tired, so I want to take a short nap. But I know you go to bed at 6 p.m. You can take a nap if you want to. I'm going to the gym soon, so we can't after if I wake up. It was supposed to say if you wake up. If you wake up.
And then you never called me or messaged me when you got home from the gym.
I was ready for the message.
My message? Why would it be my message?
I was under the impression that you were going to message me when
Why would I call you if I'm taking the nap?
Because then I would know you're not napping anymore.
You would call me to wake me up from the nap if I wasn't around. And you know that's true.
All right, guys.
You know that you're the baboon.
Let's go ahead and go into viewer questions for this week.
Viewer questions. Who's in the wrong, John or Kirby?
Viewer questions.
Everybody's going to say John.
So we did have one. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. We are asking you. This is like a twist on viewer questions. Who's wrong and why is it Kurt?
Who's wrong in this situation and why is it John?
And why is it Kurt? Okay, so the actual only question that we actually did receive is there were a lot of people who came into my stream who really wanted to know what Ursaluna bought from Walmart. So I was wondering if you had any conclusion to that.
Double stuffed Oreos.
But there you go. It's pretty cut and dry, I guess. You didn't hesitate.
Pretty straightforward answer.
I guess he just bought some. All right, let's go to the first topic that we actually have.
Damn it! All right.
What makes a Pokemon good? And this was
I
think this was actually requested from you guys. I don't know, man. I'm making shit up. It might have not been. So there's a lot of different things that make a Pokemon good. I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, is probably obviously stats and typing, like the combination of the two.
So being a Pokemon, having a face. She can keep naming shit. As long as
okay. I think it's more so like the question is why are some mons top tier when other mons are low tier? Because they have the tools. Like Stunfisk has great typing in ground electric, but he blows cock. So it's more so like why is
that was a really bad example.
Why?
Stunfisk is actually good.
Stunfisk is like a low tier Pokemon.
Yes, but it's better than fucking dog-ass Fion.
Okay, what do you want me to say then? You want me to use Calyrex as an example?
I wanted you to use Fion as an example.
Okay, Fion is a not normal. Oh
it's not a normal type.
I meant a pure water, not a normal. I was gonna say normal water. It's a pure water type.
It's a normal water type, yep.
It's a pure water type. So why is Fion bad when Manaphy is good?
Because it has bad stats and no moves.
Okay, well then that goes back to the question: what makes a Pokemon good? Like, what combination of these things does a Pokemon need to be good?
Bad stats and bad moves.
Is that it? Is that gonna be the whole segment? It's just you saying not
Probably.
having.
It's not rocket science to a Pokemon.
What's the combination of things you need? Because there are Pokemon with bad stats that are considered good. Yeah.
Like what?
Like, dude, you're putting me on the spot here, man. Give me a second.
Dude, give me. I feel like stats are a big one, but like
stats are a big one. Let's see. There are. Wow, this generation is full of just high stat Pokemon. Pow, Dragon Ball, Landorus, Torrentine.
Okay,
Urshifu.
don't start at the top of the fucking tier list because that's where all of the good Pokemon are gonna be.
Okay, no, let's go to some Pokemon that have some bad stats. Then let's see. Let's start. We'll put like 14 points. All of these Pokemon still have pretty good stats. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. After examining the tier list very closely, it looks like stats might be the most important factor because there's shitters with bad typings like Limerick Hisui that are good because it has usable stats and a good move pool. So I feel like maybe the answer is that it needs a combination of the two things, like a good either move pool, ability, stats, or typing. Two of those four at least, right?
Probably. I don't know. It needs to not suck. That's how it's a good Pokemon.
So I think the worst statistical Pokemon at the highest price point is probably Hippowdon, based on the tier list.
Is that really the worst statistical Pokemon?
Based on like at a high, I don't know, man. Actually, Rotom Wash has pretty bad stats. All things
the Rotoms
considered.
have pretty mediocre stats. Yeah.
Yeah, Rotom has base 520. What's Hippo have? 525. So it is Rotom Wash.
Let's go.
So see, look, Rotom has bad stats, but it has a great typing plus ability combination.
It has better stats than 95% of the game. That's why it's still in 15 points.
And it, dude. Okay, so you just think it's just stats. You think it's just stats.
No, I think a lot of things take play. I feel like this is just, I don't know.
Well,
I feel like this whole conversation is going very off rail, but I don't know how to re-rail it. Is the problem I'm at.
Go ahead. No, Kurt, I'll give you all of the time you need. Go ahead and re-rail
That's
it.
why. That's
Put
what
the train
I'm
backs on the tracks. Go ahead.
Put the what on the who?
I slipped on my words, but you know what I meant. Damn it.
Yeah.
I said put the train back on the tracks.
Here, John, we'll reverse engineer this. We'll play this game. Why is Pangoro bad?
Because it's slow. So stats.
But it has base 124 attack. It is
yes, but it's slow. It dies to everything.
Okay, hold on. See, this is how we're gonna do this. This is how I work for you guys. You guys are welcome, viewers. Why is Escavalier not bad then? He's also slow.
Because he has a great typing. Ah, I see.
But he's 4 times weak to fire, John. This typing sucks.
Yes, but Steel type is broken.
Okay.
Yes. And Escavalier, these are two really weird Pokemon to compare. Escavalier and Pangoro. Oh shit. Pangoro.
You're welcome.
Relative to Draft League is worse because there are Pokemon that fill its role better. Yeah?
What role does Pangoro serve, John?
I guess a breaker, right? Like, what else could it fucking do? Man, it's not a setup sweeper, I promise that. Like,
why? It learns bulk up.
Because it's slow. That's the whole thing.
Scrafty is slow,
so
and he runs
imagine Urshifu went to... imagine Cubfu went to his family
gathering.
Imagine
Urshifu went to Walmart. What did he buy from Walmart?
Imagine Cubfu, right? He goes to his family gathering. He has a birthday party. Cubfu has a birthday party, right? You can stay with me here. You gotta stay with me. Cubfu has a birthday party. And his 3 older brothers show up to the birthday party, right?
3 brothers. There's
because
2
stay
Urshifu
with
forms.
me. There's Urshifu Rapid, and his fat cousin, his fat brother, who never amounted to anything in life, Pangoro. And it was simply because Pangoro was slow, and the other 2 were not.
So then who the fuck is Pancham?
Pancham is the new baby. That's Robert Panda.
No.
Yes.
No,
Robert
Robert Panda.
The reason that Pangoro's not good compared to Urshifu is because he's slow.
Okay.
And the reason Escavalier is slow but also usable is because its typing is better and it can take hits. Yeah?
Okay.
So if you're slow, you need to be able to take hits. So we've just circled back to stats are fucking everything. It sounds like. It sounds like we've not left this little bubble. We're trying to reverse engineer what actually matters to make a
Yeah,
Pokemon
just ended
good,
up at the same place.
and it's just stats. I
Okay,
like typing.
so if being slow and being able to take hits is important, why is Bastiodon bad?
Because he dies to everything. He doesn't take fucking hits,
Why? He's
bro.
rock steel type. He's defensive. He's like
That's what I'm
168
saying.
defense.
That's what I'm saying, because he's rock steel type. Because Kurt, you're making my head hurt, bro. I understand what you're doing, and I appreciate it. But it's making my head hurt trying to loop these
This is
holes
what you
together.
get for asking me to come up with topics an hour before we were supposed to record. with
Not
no
even
heads
an
up.
hour.
Now you
Not
get,
even
now
an
you get to
hour.
be this guy. I get to be the guy who
Bastiodon.
keeps asking why, and you have to keep answering. I'm the little kid that just says why, why, why.
Bastiodon sucks because his typing sucks, and he doesn't actually do damage. I think he has base 50 offenses or something, right?
52 and 47 respectively.
Oh my gosh, I was over exaggerating. I thought it was like actually like 70.
I
being-
actually didn't think it was that low either. I didn't think they were that close either. I thought he had like base 12 special.
Okay, so we have actually now found out why Bastiodon is dick. That one was an easy answer,
But rock
actually.
and steel are good defensive typing, so
Don't
why
say
is
rock is a
Basti-
good defensive typing. You just can't say that. Why are you saying that? That's just not true.
It resists flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fail to see why that makes it a good. What's going on?
It's all fun and games till you run a Staraptor, bro.
Yeah, and then it's all fun and games till Staraptor decides to CC you into the next dimension, Bastiodon.
Yeah, but then it's scarfed in a CC.
Oh my gosh. And then you can go into your ghost type that you should have went into anyway, probably. Goldango.
Why? He doesn't resist flying.
Goldango does. Yeah.
Goldango do resist flying, you're right.
Yeah. So, what's
there
an
a rock
example
ghost type?
of a Pokemon?
Is there a
Wait,
rock
there
ghost
has to be a rock ghost type, right? Rock
no, there isn't.
ghost.
There's
Dude.
no rock ghost type.
Are you looking at Nadax?
Yeah,
No way.
there's no rock ghost type.
Why wasn't Spiritomb rock ghost then?
Because he was too busy being a dark type, apparently.
I guess so. He was too busy being
It
a
makes more
tormented
sense for him to be a
soul.
rock type, but
And there was a Kafagrigus could have also been a rock. It should have probably been a ghost
Rodriguez
steel,
could have
huh?
been a steel type. Yeah, I think it could have
Yeah.
been a steel type.
Yeah. Okay, well, so on the other side of the coin, what's an example of a mon that has great stats but sucks? Right?
Bastiodon.
No. No.
Why? It has good defensive stats.
I mean, overall, like, just like Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns. There we go. Iron Thorns has good
'cause he's
stats.
Dick. Nobody likes
Yes.
him.
Why?
Because his typing sucks. Wait, we're back to Bastiodon. It's Bastiodon's typing, but not a steel type. It's literally the
What?
same Pokemon.
Kurt, you just said it's Bastiodon's typing, but not a
Yeah.
steel type. You took away 50% of Bastiodon's fucking typing and tried to apply the same logic to a different
Yeah,
Pokemon.
but it's the same. It's the same dog shit mod. It's 4 times weak to ground.
Yeah, but that's the. Yeah. But it has offenses, though. It's like, it's not.
No, it
Basti-
doesn't.
You cannot say Bastiodon and Iron Thorns are the same Pokemon.
Okay, but I can compare Pangoro and Iron Thorns.
Yeah, you can. Yes. Okay. Yeah, sure. There we go. Yeah. I guess bad defense. Okay, back to stats. So stats. That answer is stats. Let's move on to the next segment. Stats bad, Pokemon bad. I guess. I mean, it goes deeper than that. I thought, as someone who plays this every day, I thought it went deeper than that.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
There's got to be like an actual example of a Pokemon that's like should be good but is set up for failure because of its like Toxapex, bro. Right?
Toxapex is just better Bastiodon.
Wow.
It's not 4 times weak to ground.
What fucking world we live in. We
Hold on.
now...
Okay. No. Hold on. I'm gonna compare these stats.
Okay.
50, 63, 152, 53, 142, 35, base 495. They're both base 495. Actually, wait.
Okay.
They are both base 495. A shit HP stat. Barely usable offense stats. No speed, sky high defenses.
So Toxapex is just reskinned Bastiodon?
Yeah.
They thought they could pull this over us?
If Bastiodon was a fish, it would be Toxapex.
They've got away with this for 5 years, Kurt.
Yeah, they've done this, and we've been using it. People have been using Bastiodon fish. If you tear a Bastiodon into a water type, you just have Toxapex. You just
Dude.
have Toxapex.
We've made quite the revelation today.
Good night, everybody. Podcast over.
I think we've looped around and eat bubble.
Eat
I
bubble,
think is how
essentially. Eat
that-
Bastiodon.
I don't think that would go over very well. I think you might chip a tooth. I'll keep it on a stack with you.
What
I
would
didn't know the
hurt
words
more,
I was
biting
saying.
into a Bastiodon or a Jawbreaker?
I think. Wait, what?
What would hurt more, biting into a Bastiodon or biting into a Jawbreaker?
Well, one's made of steel and rocks.
Yeah, and the other's a fucking Jawbreaker, bro. You were bitten to a Jawbreaker?
I can't say I have, actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever been into a pile of steel? Maybe. Don't
it's
say yes.
more likely than me biting into a Jawbreaker. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say that. I've probably
You'd say you've bitten
before.
into a pile of steel before.
Not a pile of steel, but I've probably bitten in a sheet metal before. I've probably you ever eat a rock as a kid?
I don't think so.
But you gotta
Have
think
you?
about it. Probably when I was a kid.
But you have.
Probably. I can't confirm nor deny, but it wouldn't shock me if I did.
And
That,
you haven't.
that's the point I'm at. I don't have explicit memory of eating a rock, but it wouldn't shock me if I did.
No, I kept
There-
rocks as pets. I had pet rocks. I wouldn't eat my pets.
That's a whole separate issue.
What's the issue? I gotta know. Go ahead, lay it on
That
me.
might be a topic for a different type of discussion for like a trained therapist
No,
instead
Kurt, lay
of
it on me. What's
Pokemon
wrong?
podcast.
What's wrong, Kurt? Lay it on me.
I don't want to make fun of the kid from Up.
All right. All right. Unnecessary, but I guess this transitions perfectly into our next topic because Pokemon tips for creating a draft league.
Yes, because if you eat rocks, you probably play Draft League.
That's true. So Kurt and I are both very seasoned draft league owners. I owned NCP.
Unlike John's food.
That was just a shot for no reason, man. There was nothing that caused that. There was no reason for that. I've been good to you the whole podcast.
It was there.
It was unnecessary. I use a lot of Cajun. I like Cajun, man. You don't gotta. You know, like.
It's not a. Okay. Never mind.
We're very seasoned draft owners. Kurt's owned several different leagues, and we both admin in BBR. We're
I
two
own
responsible.
BBR. Let's cut the bullshit. I own BBR.
We're two responsible
Let's cut the
individuals,
bullshit.
and
Yeah.
I thought that because a lot of you guys are new to Draft League, a lot of you guys are creating Draft Leagues, which is a great way to get into Draft League. If you can't find a draft to join, you create one. And there's a lot of good tips for creating them. And Kurt's going to tell you what they are.
Oh, it's just me? Is this my segment now?
No, you can start
Okay,
though.
I'm just starting.
Yeah.
Don't. I'm gonna be honest. Look, I'm gonna look you right and look at me, because I know you right there starting a draft league. Don't make your own fucking tier list. It's probably bad. Take BBRs, take GBAs, take anybody else's. Don't make your own tier list
Well,
because it's probably gonna be bad. And then
Yeah.
you're gonna have that random good player show up that's gonna abuse it, like Shuckle King or It's Whatever.
I was about
They're
to
gonna
say,
join your league and bully
seem
your
like
fucking league
you're-
for no reason.
You're pointing at something. So, story
I'm
time.
pointing at a couple people.
Kurt's very explicitly pointing out that for
I
my
actually
season,
wasn't. I was more so calling out Ant, but it worked out in yours as well.
season 2 of my league, everybody knows Shuckle King, I hope. He's a very good draft league player. And season 2 of my league, where I had like all my real life friends, somehow Shuckle King got in. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that. You've
there
never
were-
really figured out how that happened. You just kind of.
There were like
up.
4 or 5 people that were like online friends, and then like 11 non-on like real life friends, and then we did the draft, and I made my own tier list because I was like, no, I'm my own person. I don't like these tiers, and I'm gonna make it my own,
I'm a
even though I
strong,
don't really
independent John,
understand the
and I don't need
format.
no tier list.
So I actually have it pulled up here. The Philadelphia Absolutes team was tier 1 Clefable. This was before we did tiers, not points. Tier 1 Clefable, tier 2
Gen
Shaman
6.
Sky, tier 3 Thundy Eye. I had to do a double take. Tier
Tier 3
D
Thundy Eye.
or tier 4 Rhyperior, tier 5
Tier T.
Lapras. I said D, but Mega was Mega Scizor, and then they had Hydreigon, Zygarde 50, Infernape, Scolipede, and Reuniclus. So, and also with all these Pokemon that are allowed on his team in mind, we banned Shedinja this season. Just yep. So
And John was too busy drafting Toucannon because he was scared of Mimikyu.
I used to
That
think
one's a gimme.
Toucanon was the ultimate Mimikyu counter. I might.
It
It is.
That's a sentence of all time. Bastiodon is also reskinned Toxapex. Like, that is a sentence of all time.
Hey man, I knew what I was talking about. Anyway, so use your own tier list, because whether or not
Don't
you
use your tier list. It's not
you
gonna
can,
end well.
or not, don't use your. That's what I meant. Don't use your own tier list. Whoops, I don't know why I said that. You can. It's okay to like tweak tier lists and stuff, and like disagree with things, like especially if you know what you're doing. But if you're just making like a first draft league and you want the teams to be as balanced as possible, then it's probably a good idea to make
something else's.
Yeah, just find something to base it off of. Yeah.
BBR chat Discord, probably not linked, but John should link it anyways. We have our fan doc that people take our tier list from all the time, so you guys should go take that and
you
use
could
that.
do that. And I made the doc, so you could even just make a copy of the doc if you wanted to, and then just use that bad boy. But yeah, that's like a very, I feel like it's a very good
plug.
one.
Sponsored by the BBR. D-Ray, pay us.
D-Ray, please pay us. Well, you kind of run it, so shouldn't you be paying us?
No, I'm not paying you shit. Actually, you should be paying me. Where's my money?
Why should I? What? Why should I be paying you?
Because I run the BBR.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
I did. I just did.
No, Kurt, say no more. I'll go ahead and pay you, man.
Yay! Do I get paid
I'm not
on
gonna.
video?
No, I'm not gonna pay you. Why would I pay you? No.
Because I'm here. I've solved your. I fixed your problems.
Yes.
I did a service for you. You asked why Pangoro was bad, and I told you.
And you also made me come to the realization that Toxapex is reskinned Bastiodon. I'm never gonna live that down.
This is what, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not a world that I like living in anymore. Like, well, this is annoying. Like, I'm pissed. Also, I'm looking at this old league that we did. Off topic, but Obo ended 9-6. He actually got some wins.
9-6. Also, can we talk about 15 weeks? Jesus.
Okay,
that's
but
the
that
second point. Don't do that. Unless you're doing a friends league. If you're doing a friends league where it's all homies and everybody wants to play each other, but normal people don't run 15-week leagues.
Anymore. It used to be the normal. It's not anymore.
That used to be the norm. Yeah, they used to be the norm. Because when you break it down, like, I remember we broke down a 12-week league, if you make finals, is 4 months of one league.
Yeah, it's a lot with
insane.
one team. I mean,
With
back
one
then,
team.
with this
But that
draft,
was
I
normal.
remember we gave like unlimited transactions, if I do recall.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no.
So Shuckle could just get more good Pokemon as they keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, no, he could get whatever he wanted, really.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys did
But
that.
also on top of that, you can aim for 16 coaches, but it's better to have 12 reliable coaches than 16 coaches, and that's just a fact, unfortunately.
I'd agree with
Yeah, well, I would hope so, because it's a fact.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. Some other tips for Draft League: you don't have to have a professional logo. It can just be a normal one, or you can pay me to make a logo.
Small.
Yeah,
Don't
start
pay
small.
him.
You can have big aspirations, but just remember that at the beginning you're just kind of getting into draft, and a lot of people I feel like forget that.
Yep.
Like me.
Start small. You're not gonna be the next thing overnight. That's not what happens. Small steps.
Yeah, you're not gonna be the next John Jr. or Kirby.
Who the fuck is
Speaking of John Jr. and Kirby, the next
That's
topic
us. We're on the podcast.
is YouTube tips. What you can do.
We're just zooming through this.
We're just zooming through. What you can do.
What do we do when we run through this topic?
We'll take viewer questions.
We don't have viewer questions. We don't have viewers.
YouTube tips with John Jr. and Kirby. So
Step 1, don't.
So you want to start a YouTube channel? I heard. Well, here's some
bastard.
tips for you.
Poor son
Here's
of
some
a bitch.
tips for you. Log out and don't.
And walk away. Go pick up a basketball or a soccer ball or anything, and just don't do this.
So this is more so for like specifically Draft League creators, because obviously Draft League is like a very small space, and a lot of people want to make videos for it, and they want to know how to make their videos better.
I feel like a lot of tips though could also just be general YouTube, to be honest.
That's true.
At least
That's
that's
true.
where my mind went, because there's a couple that just are just broad.
That's true. My mind is more like right now I'm focused on just like the people that want to make their videos better for Draft League, so that's kind of the tips that I was thinking of. But I'm sure you have some great tips. But like the first one that comes to my mind is like thumbnails. Thumbnails are super important.
Thumbnail.
And you are obviously thumbnail guy,
You're gonna.
right?
Oh, Wait, hold on. Don't get me started on a rant, because I will go on a rant, and this is not.
I'll give you a
it's
rant
not
in
a
a
safe
second.
place.
Let me say what I was gonna say, and then you can go on a rant, okay? So what I was gonna say was I see a lot of people like newer draft league creators or people that just upload like screenshots from like the anime for the thumbnail, or like a trading card for the thumbnail, like the artwork from that. And it can go deeper than that. You guys can put like an in-game model or some text or something on there, like make your own thumbnail. You don't have to use like an online pre-existing picture from just like the anime and stuff, because that looks like super low quality. And if you're just uploading it for fun, that's one thing, but if you are uploading it to get somewhere, you really don't want to do that. All right, go ahead on your rant.
My biggest pet peeve in this generation of draft league, and I'm calling his ass out, Joey fucking Pokey, you stupid bitch. Please stop writing draft league on your titles, on your thumbnails. It looks so dumb. It looks so bad. It works for Joey because his style is built to look like that. You and your Times New Roman font with bright yellow text in the bottom left corner, in all lowercase, doesn't need to say that. It looks terrible, and it makes me upset. Stop it. Do not write that on your thumbnails. It looks bad. I'm the thumbnail guy. People know me as a thumbnail guy. I could talk for 3 hours about different aspects of thumbnails. John's right in the sense of like you can always put in more effort to do more. But look at what's worked, and that's something that even us at the higher levels do, is look at what works. Look at my thumbnails, John's thumbnails, Owen's thumbnails, D-Ray's thumbnails. These are all people's thumbnails that I make, by the way, except for John's. Look at their thumbnails and see what consistent, like what we do. And it doesn't need to be this giant, like, fucking thing if you're starting out. I know a lot of people make their thumbnails in, like, I know a couple people made their shit in, like, not Premiere. What's that slideshow program in not Adobe, in Microsoft? What's that called?
Oh, the one D-Ray was talking about, or no?
No, the default one. And fucking, you would make shit in school.
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint, yeah. No, people would make thumbnails in PowerPoint. I actually have met multiple people who have done this. People start out at very basic levels, and that's fine when you're starting out. It's the idea of how do I do better. So, like, yeah, even something as simple as, like, the very, very ground floor I see a lot of people do is they'll do, like, a color and then just, like, basic Pokemon art, and it's really small in, like, the corner. Don't make things small. Small is bad. Life advice.
Well, that can be applied to multiple different situations. But with that being mentioned, I will have everybody just be reminded right now that 3 inches of snow can cancel school. And with that being said, we'll move on.
That's false. Fun fact, that's false.
That's not false where I live. False in Canada,
okay.
man.
Welcome to buttfuck Indiana, where
dude, I don't want to hear it. Bro opens his door and sees snow outside every day of his life.
In 18 years of going to school, I had one snow day, and it wasn't even until after I graduated. It was one day off work that we got a snow day. That's how bad living in Canada is. The snow days aren't real.
Was it like a blizzard?
It was so bad. It was really bad. And
oh, okay. Well, when you say it like that,
it was worse than anything you could have ever imagined. Being from buttfuck Cornville.
I don't know, man. We've had some pretty bad snow over here.
Snow. We've got some pretty bad snow. It's been like, little bit, maybe even a noticeable amount. Is that how you guys measure it? It's like, there's like a little bit, maybe some, like a light dusting of snow. I'm directly staring
into the camera, dead into the windows to your soul right now, Kurt.
Yeah, welcome to Canada, where nothing is good because
anyway, back to
frozen.
Thumbnails.
Stop making things small. You have the entire box to put things. Stop
also hold on.
Thing.
Reword that a little bit, because you have outside the box too to like fit your Pokemon. It doesn't have to be like the Pokemon doesn't have to fit in the thumbnail box.
It doesn't need to be perfectly in. You can cut out their legs, their arms. They can be outside. They don't need to be in the box.
Please do not make them an amputee.
If Shelgon wore pants, how would he wear pants?
Dude, this is a great topic. Okay, so boys, there's a lot of different ways that Shelgon can wear pants. Everybody knows Shelgon. We'll go back to thumbnails and YouTube advice in a second. This is super important. Shout out to Josh, Ultra Player. So Shelgon, obviously, little spherical shape, right? Like this, right? Like a little head. if he wore pants, how would he wear them? Everybody knows he's got 4 legs, two in the front, 2 in the back. Would he put them on the front? Would he put them on the back? Would he put them on his head? Would he put them on one leg at a time? And which leg, if so? Would he put them on the back, the tail? Like, how would he make a tail out of pants? I have some sketches that I can show you guys. I'll probably throw them up on screen. I got some really, really nice ones. There's also the follow-up question of how would Shelgon wear gloves? Because there's a lot of different options for that as well. Do you have any take on that, Kurt?
Missed opportunity. That's what Ursaluna was buying from Walmart, was pants.
Well, how would Ursaluna wear pants? No?
Yeah.
No, you're not with it?
That's question of the day.
Oh, that's question of the day. I was actually asking you.
Oh, how Ursaluna would wear pants?
Yes. I'm trying to find this.
I would say on his back 2 legs, and I think the same answer goes to Shelgon.
My personal favorite answer for Shelgon is on his head.
Is on his head. Yeah,
on
and
his
I don't know. That is a valid answer. Don't know why it's a valid answer, just is.
Dude, I'm trying to find them, but me and Josh have sent lots of images to each other, and it's just not being found. So I'll find them at a later date. We'll go ahead and go back to the topic at hand, which is YouTube advice.
YouTube thumbnails.
YouTube thumbnails. Do not cut off their arms and legs, but you can in the sense of thumbnails. Because if you cut off their arms and legs, they can't wear pants, and that's a damn shame. That is a damn shame.
Well, that's okay. No, new question: how does a Moongus wear pants?
This is a tough one. I would like to think he has pants custom made with only one hole, and he wears them just on the bottom half of his torso. It's like it can't be bigger than like 5
But then how
inches.
how does a Moongus put his pants on?
He YouTube thumbnails.
Thumbnail.
Eat bubble.
Eat bubble.
YouTube thumbnails are real nice.
You ever watch I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, I might just out myself. You ever watch the Weeble Wobbles? Is that a thing in America?
No, is that just the Wiggles but something else?
No, it's a kid show where basically they're all like marbles. But they have like they're basically all Amoongus, to be honest. They're all like Amoongus with like a ball on the bottom.
They do look like Amoongus, and for some reason there have been versions made of Cocomelon, and that's like one of the first things that pop up when I Google this.
Yeah, so how do Weeble Wobbles wear pants?
Whoa,
Because
there are like actual things made like branded Weebles. Weebles may wobble, but they don't fall down. Childhood memories, 1970s.
Yeah.
Kurt, how old are you?
I'm younger than you are.
Yes. So why do you know about Weeble Wobbles made in 1970? Oh, dude, you know what? I just found an image. If this is what they're called, I thought they were called like they're called something else here. Mighty Beans. They're called Mighty Beans here.
No, that's not what I'm talking about at all.
Okay. This image is labeled Weeble Wobbles. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know those. Those are Mighty Beans. I had those growing up. I knew those.
But they're similar then.
Yes. Imagine those with like an actual top half.
Yes.
Like
okay. I see images of them, but I'm just wondering if the function is the same. Like these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just for our audio listeners out there. I'm not showing a picture on screen, so you're not really missing anything. But yeah, no, these are cool little Weeble. They probably Weeble and wobble if I had to wager a guess.
They Weeble and wobble, but they don't fall down.
Dude, that does seem to be the slogan from what I can tell. These Mighty Beans are throwing me back because I had most of these Disney ones growing up, man. I had most of these. Oh my goodness.
They never made Pokemon Mighty Beans. That would be cool.
Dude, I'm looking this up now.
That would be the new, instead of TCG, we would just buy Pokemon Weeble Wobbles.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Dude, and they're on sale for only $6.50 a bag? Hold on.
What? Wait, those are sick. What?
Geodude?
Wait,
Golem?
those are sick.
Mudkip? Wait, these look like somebody just made these, and they're very poorly made.
Probably.
Yeah, these are not very well made, Kurt. You say these are sick. Somebody took tape.
Okay, the packaging looks
Pokemon
cool.
on it. The packaging looks cool. Someone took a piece of tape, drew a Pokemon on it, and decided, yeah, we're gonna sell this after wrapping it in a mighty
And they probably
bean.
made way too much money off of it.
Because there's no way this is real, right? Right?
Probably. It's
Were
probably
mighty
real.
beans this badly made?
I don't remember them being poor quality, but they might be. I don't
Dude.
remember them being poor quality.
No, they were good quality if I remember.
They were good quality because you used to play with that shit like on the hard like concrete in the playground.
Yeah, well, I played it on a hardwood floor because I lived in a log cabin.
Well, oh, I meant when like you would go to school. You ever go to school and bring mighty beans?
I
You ever bring
think
Pokemon cards to school?
most toys were banned from my school.
They would slowly get banned because they never thought they'd be an issue. I remember there was a spot, okay, at my elementary school, there was a specific spot you would go to trade Pokemon cards, and it'd be like, you would know, there was always a guy. There was always a guy there. It's usually me.
Did he have like a hooded cloak and he like pulled
No,
his cape
literally,
off?
I would play that bit. I had that bit from when I was young. I don't know why. I was a weird fucking kid. But like, I would put the one foot up against the tree, and like if I had a coin, I would flip a coin, except I was like 7, so I didn't know how to flip a coin because I was 7.
So
So you would like go to the specific spot, and that's where that's where the deals would go down. That's where you would trade Pokemon cards. That or on top of the play structure. That was the other spot you would meet to like trade Pokemon cards.
do you ever fleece somebody? Do you ever steal Pokemon cards from somebody like that?
No.
Like not
I had some-
steal, but like good like
really
like, get a good deal.
Like rob them of a trade.
Yes.
Like definitely.
yeah.
Looking
Okay.
back on it, I definitely did.
Like what is the best trade that you say that you got?
I know I got a Palkia. This is before EX was a thing. I got a Palkia X. From
Oh, dude, level X.
level X.
Those
And
cards were sick.
I think I traded some like bum ass card, like Toxicroak or some shit. Like
well,
just
that's
some
not a bum card. That's a good
ass
card.
Gen 4 random ass card, like fucking Toxicroak or Honchkrow or some bum ass shit.
That's not.
Or-
Dude, but the toys that got banned from my school were Beyblades. That was the shit that ran rampant. Beyblades
God.
and Bakugan were the
I
ones that
remember
ran
Bakugan.
rampant. I remember one of my buddies.
This kid chucked a Bakugan on a wall and it exploded, and it was really funny.
That is funny. One of my buddies rigged up but this was before the metal burst stuff. Like rigged up actually like he got with his dad. I don't know how the fuck he did it. Like metal plates in his Beyblade and would fuck everybody up. It would just be so much heavier than everybody else.
What?
Your Beyblades would literally break going against this guy. Like it was intense. And so long story short, didn't play that guy. Still have my Beyblade somewhere. And that's
I never fucked with that guy.
thumbnails.
That guy was a dick. And thumbnails.
And thumbnails.
And thumbnails.
So other YouTube advice, I guess, since I feel like we've exasperated thumbnails. Long story short, don't take a screenshot offline from the anime or whatever. I guess try to make it look semi-professional.
Honestly, I don't know. Make it look presentable. Make it look clickable. I don't know. Make it look like someone would not want to sit there and laugh at it.
I can only imagine somebody like going through our video, because like Obo was telling me that he watched our section that we talked about like draft league advice several times, and a couple other people told me that as well. And I can only imagine someone doing the same for this for like thumbnail advice, because he said it was actually very helpful. And I can only imagine somebody doing this for like thumbnail advice and then going through and writing it down. Yeah, and then no. I can imagine them going through and then like 5 minutes in, we just start screaming about Weeble Wobbles and Mighty Beans.
That's
And they're
what I
like,
hope. I hope someone's there taking notes, but then like middle of the notes is like Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Put metal in Beyblades. Don't trade Palkia for Toxicroak. Like they're literally just they're transcripting the entire video and putting it in the note for him.
And they're like, wait a minute, that's not about a thumbnail.
Speaking of Obo, and I'll call him out for this because we made fun of him and call for it. Pick a name and stick with it. Don't change your name 15 times, especially if you're serious about the YouTube grind. Don't keep changing your name. Pick a username and stick with it. Get a brand, like make a brand for yourself. Make a name. Because Obo, again, I don't know if he probably did tell you that he wanted to change his name again because he doesn't want to be Obo.
It must be Obo Pokemon now.
Yeah, like stop changing your name. Pick a name and stick with it. Like you can change your name. You can change it once. I've done it twice. I've gone through 3 big names in my YouTubing time. So like you can change your name every once in a while. Just don't do it. Don't make it a monthly thing. Pick a name and stick with it. That's it.
I have 2 things to branch off regarding that. The first of which is I am now the first person that comes up whenever you search up John Jr., which is a very big accomplishment because it used to be some guy who sang something. I don't even know. It was somebody who sang a song. Now I'm the first that pops up. So shout out to you guys for supporting me and my channel so much. The second of which is I've only went through a couple of name changes in my time.
Char 306 JR.
Charizard 306 Jr.
Charizard
was the classic, and then I had a couple other Pokemon channels that didn't really turn out to be anything. But for this channel,
Austin GGK.
Yes, this channel was that, and now it is John Jr. and that's kind of been it. But I also had other channels like Poke Trips was one that I know.
I remember Poke Trips.
I literally have it.
That's a cool fucking name though.
That is a cool name, right?
I fuck with Poke Trips. Why couldn't you keep that?
I actually just played the audio. Oh wait, I have audio turned off. It's chill. It's chill. I just linked it to you, Kurt, for your viewing pleasure for later.
Yes. Is it
YouTube.com/C
on it?
Yes, that's the first video on here, I think.
Oh my god. Dude, your voice in this video, holy shit.
I know. For those audio listeners, the YouTube channel is at PokeTrips8865.
If you want an idea of how the audio sounds, take this audio and put it on 2 times speed. That's what John sounds like in this video.
Yes. I wonder
except not as fast.
Somebody has the at PokeTrips channel tagged in, no?
No, I don't. I think as long as you don't register, like if you don't pick the name, it just gives you numbers, I think.
You guys are gonna see an alt open up. Get 1 million subs. PokeTrips. Nobody's gonna know who this dude is.
Why is PokeTrips gonna get 1 million subs and your bum ass barely is 2K?
Because I'm gonna be. Why'd you have to be mean? I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm vibing. I'm chilling. Man, and PokeTrips would be me. It would just be me doing. All right, guys. Next part of the YouTube.
Oh,
advice.
We just gave up on that sentence. We just gave up.
Yeah, there was no
end to it.
Anyway.
Going. Okay,
anyway, the next YouTube advice: if you upload something, you upload a series, stick with the series, finish the series out. Like, even if you think people are going to be interested, it's nice to, like, for people to look back and, like, especially if Wi-Fi leagues are going to accept you, it's good for continuity. Like, I think I personally have finished almost every league I've ever uploaded. The only one that I'm still struggling to upload is the WPF attack one, but that was not, like, upload required, and I wasn't pulling great views compared to everything else anyway. But, like, most Wi-Fi upload leagues, I don't think I've ever missed an upload unless I've had to drop a league due to real-life circumstances.
I've had lates for my required leagues, but I've never, like, not uploaded for anything that was required. As of recent years, the only league I didn't finish uploading was CBN, because I don't even think I finished playing in that. I think I dropped.
CBN?
It was my doubles league in Gen 8.
Gotcha.
Actually, you know what? I stopped doing ICP, but that's because I got a new hard drive, and I just didn't have the video file, so I couldn't finish it. But I think those video files are still on that hard drive. So like, if I ever wanted to, I probably could upload those last 3 games.
That's fair.
CBN, I think I quit before playoffs, or I think I quit in playoffs, something like that. So like, I just didn't finish it. Yeah, I agree. Even if you're playing in a non-upload league and upload it, play in it, upload it. Even if it's something as simple as like a showdown league. People do it all the time, and people ask a lot. It's like, dude, I want to be in this league, or I want to be in BBRD league, but they got a channel with nothing on it. Why the fuck would we take you into BBRD league if you got a channel with nothing on it? Like, we're not. I'm sorry to be that guy, but it's true. Exactly. If we see that you, even if your quality isn't the highest, now this is the example because it's what I know best. This and NCP SummerSlam are like are my history of like looking through channels. Is like, people will come in with channels. If you have attempts, then that's one thing. If you have low quality but you finished it out, like you did a full league and like it's just the game, your thumbnails aren't great, your commentary's boring, but you did it. You know, you did your 8 weeks plus playoffs, you did all your videos, they're consistently up. Even if you have it, it's there, and that's, you can always improve. To someone looking on the outside, it's showing that you want to do better and you want to improve.
Yeah,
that
100%.
makes leagues take a chance on you.
100%. And I think something else to go off that as well is it's important to find your shtick. Like, why should people watch you? For me, it's because of the fact that I'm competitive. People like to see that, and people like to see my thought process. I'm going to explain my thought process. For Kurt, it's because he's funny. He's a funny guy. He's loud. He has these voices. He has good editing. You got to find your shtick. What makes it more important to watch you than somebody else? And I think that's something that you need to find out pretty early on as well.
Yeah. It's not like you need to I think that's the best way to put it, is like find why people want to watch you. And it's not like because I'm the best X or I'm the funniest person or that. Like, you don't need to be the top. You don't need to be the best thing. You don't need to. You just need to be up there. You need to have retention. You need to give people a reason. If you're just a guy playing Pokemon game with monotone voice and no commentary and half of your video is dead silence, just no. This is more specific to draft, but also just in general. If you're willing to get fancy with editing, cut out your dead space. If you're not talking, it doesn't need to be in the video, unless it's like an animation in between turns.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you don't have to overdo it. I unfortunately do have a habit of overdoing it. I feel like I've toned back a little bit in recent times, but even in the podcast last time, like if there was dead space last episode, I cut it out, which especially as it needed in a podcast. So definitely don't overdo it. Coming from somebody who does in fact overdo it. But like if there's like for instance, this is actually a great example that I can just use right now. In my recent BBR game against Drewby on turn 1, I immediately knew what I was doing. I immediately knew I was leading Torkoal and clicking rocks, right? And Drewby had to think about what he was doing, which is absolutely fair. No fault to Drewby at all. But he had to take most of the timer to think, whereas I had 5 seconds, and then the rest of the 60 seconds waiting for him to click his move was me going over the exact same 3 plays. So I cut like 50 seconds out because it was just a lot of nothing.
Yeah. And I do that more. You notice it more in the beginning of my battles than anything, where a lot of the time I go in preemptively prepared, or I'll get caught in a bad position and I kind of dead space, and that's where you'll see my cuts for the most part. I've gotten better at it in terms of like I can commentate a whole 20-30 minute battle without really stopping, but I'll still cut out commentary that I just don't want in there. But that's more advanced stuff. If you're starting out, you don't need to commentate a whole 30-minute video perfectly. That's something, because I've been recording videos for the last 12 years or whatever the fuck. So like that's just normal to me. Yeah, it's just getting used to it. It's learning. It's knowing what works and what doesn't work and trying to apply it.
Yeah, and also seeking out constructive criticism is something that I think is very important as well. Not from just dickheads, because there have been people in my past who are like, your shit sucks, and it's like no criticism. You know what I mean? But there's
Tell me
friends.
why I suck.
Yeah, exactly. There's people who you can trust, right? Like your friends or whatever, and you just be like, hey, be honest with me. What can I do to make this video better? And then they could tell you like, hey, your thumbnail needs work, or you need to be a little bit more energetic, or you need to utilize this a little bit more, whatever the case may be. It's good to utilize that constructive criticism. And that's just like, that's good for everything, not just that, but Obo asked me a question. What could Obo possibly want right now? Shout out to Obo in the podcast. We've shat on him a couple times in this podcast. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? Oh, also, I don't think we said this in the beginning, but we did just me and Kurt for this podcast because it was last minute. So we'll see if we get a guest for episode 3. We might not. Who knows? Let us know who you guys would like down in the comments below, not the description below, because I normally mess that up. And then I think we'll go ahead and move on to the last topic. If you guys have any more questions about like YouTube advice, because I'm sure we didn't hit a bunch of points, just let us know down below. But the last topic is just very
also
bland.
Join the John Jr. Discord server, because that's down there and we're active in there. So come join the John Jr. Discord server and come talk to us.
Wow, I did not expect that. You are not active in
I'm
there.
good at this, dude. I'm the fucking goat.
You while we're talking about stuff like that, did you guys know for only 99 cents a month, as low as 99 cents a month, you can become a channel member, help put money directly in my pocket. Let me go ahead and tell you guys where the money goes.
Into his pocket. That's where it goes.
Into my pocket.
Into his stomach, called unseasoned fish. Next.
What?
That's where the money goes, into an unseasoned fish.
how to increase your skill level in draft was our last topic.
It's Bastiodon and Toxapex all over again. Just don't suck.
What? How does that relate to Bastiodon and Toxapex?
Because Toxapex is just a better version of Bastiodon. We've talked about this. Fuck, I missed.
I'll have to remember to cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember to cut that out.
You're not, and this is gonna be the worst fucking. That's gonna be the worst and best part of the video. Is it's you having a conversation and then me taking a sip and then just missing the throw into my recycling bin.
Wait, did you do that? I might leave it in that case. To be completely honest.
I emptied my drink and then I threw it. I just completely missed my recycling bin and hit the door.
I'm at least keeping that part in. I think no matter what, even if it's just muted. I might actually like pop it up on screen, like zoom it in.
You can't see the bottle, but whatever.
It's gonna be like, is this your basketball guy?
This is the basketball guy.
Cody Zeller fan, 01?
They call me James Harden, the Wigglytuff.
Okay, last topic. I think this one was actually user submitted. I'm almost positive. Was how to increase your skill level in draft.
By Poketrips?
No, it was not submitted by Poketrips. It was I'm Poketrips.
Get it? Because he's bad and you're bad. So
no. Also, wait. One more thing for YouTube tips. Do not ask your friend who knows how to use different programs every single day for a new Pokemon to put on your thumbnail, like Obo just did. Glastrier? Really? You need a Glastrier for your thumbnail? Interesting. We'll
this seems like a really specifically targeted YouTube advice.
Anyway, how to increase your skill level in draft. I feel like we always do this thing where we go. I say the topic, and then we don't actually talk about the topic for 5 minutes. There's like a 5-minute intermission where we keep going back to the other topic, or there's something that pops up, and we talk about something else for like
comedic effect plus ADHD plus time. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, how to increase your skill level in draft number 5.
Yeah, can we get a counter going on screen of how many times John reads the intro bit?
So, I think it depends on where you're starting, like what skill level we're talking about. If we're talking about you just starting, honestly, the best way to get better is to play. Just quite simply, the best way to get better is to play and get a feel for things and understand what does good in what situations. Like okay, this can check this. And actually, in Gen 7, I got to the point to where I had like, I may or may not draft the same Pokemon quite often.
Yeah.
And yeah. Do you have a comment on that, man? You want to say something about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up that's like 3 of John's Gen 7 teams. They're all the fucking same.
They may or may
one
not.
Low tier changed.
They may or may not all have Swampert on them. So let's use Swampert as an example.
Torterra, Victini, Kyurem Black, Scizor, Raikou. Am I good? Am I done? I think that's all of them. Sometimes you mega the Scizor, make him Mega Scizor. Welcome to John Jr. in Gen 7, everyone.
Are you done?
Mega Mawile. Now I'm done.
Sometimes I drafted the same Pokemon. Occasionally. It didn't happen that often. It was an occasional thing.
Yeah.
And
just every time he played a league.
And it got to the point to where I knew exactly what that Pokemon did and what I could use to check it. And it was just from playing so much. So I think, in my opinion, the best thing, if you're just starting out, the best way to get better is be a league whore, straight up. If you have the time,
don't go zombie on it though.
Usually, in my opinion, if you have fun with Draft League and it's something that you actually want to put time into getting better, you should probably be doing at least 2 Draft Leagues at once. Because 1 battle a week, you're probably going to be sitting idly by and not retaining a lot of information that you otherwise will be. If you do 2 Draft Leagues at once, I feel like that is a perfect mixture for somebody who has a life and also wants to get better at this game that they play. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that number? You think that number's too low?
I agree and disagree for different reasons. If you're just a straight up casual, you're just a showdown player casual, I think 2, maybe 3 if you're feeling it, is a really good spot. And that's if you're just showdown casual hanging out. Kind of reverting back to YouTube thing, if you're a YouTube person, quality over quantity. And straight I stand by that.
That's a great thing. I'm glad you said that, because I would not have thought to say that.
That's my if I could go back and give past me one piece of YouTube advice, it would be that. Do quality over quantity, because it feels a lot better and it looks a lot better having 2 8-4 leagues, 8-2 leagues, 6-7-1 leagues, whatever. than having fucking 7 4-4 leagues where you finish mediocre. It feels worse because you're like, damn, I'm stuck at 4-4 because I'm overloaded. And it also just looks worse because people kind of underestimate you and don't give you the respect you deserve. Whereas, like I know I would probably be better back in Gen 7 if I didn't play 13 leagues at once. I did, which I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that if you're in the YouTube scene or in the Wi-Fi scene, then I would stick to 2 max and really focus on them. If you're just a casual showdown player who's like, yeah, I play Pokemon Draft League, give my free time, yeah, you can get away with 3, 4, depending on what your free time looks like. It really depends on what direction you're trying to take.
Yeah, and as somebody who is in 2 Wi-Fi leagues currently, with the new competition and timer and all that stuff, I personally do not recommend doing more than 2 draft leagues, Wi-Fi draft leagues, ever.
I don't know how people do it in this gen.
I think
you have to have your timing perfect, and
yes,
if you get jawned or shit happens, then you're fucked.
Yes, I think 2 already is very tough and very stressful. Thankfully, I'm in a position to where with BBR, it's a lot of nice and easy people to work with, and I also help run it, so things are pretty lenient there. And then in WPF, it's pretty much mostly my friends and people I'm comfortable with, so I don't have to worry about too much. But like, if you're new and you're uploading stuff like that, it can be super stressful to do more than 1 Wi-Fi league at once. Very stressful.
Especially if you're taking the league big. Like, if you're in a league with notable people or people you recognize and you want to do good, it's better to just put your focus into it and really try and knock it out of the park.
Exactly.
I know a couple people in BBRD League did that in particular, where they really focused on BBRD League because they wanted to show that they wanted to be in D League, and they wanted to prove what they had and show what they had. And a lot of people showed up in D League and showed up really well with both quality and in terms of like record. They did really well. So
yeah, and then there's people who did the same thing. Obo. And their record did not do great, but they definitely uploaded their videos, so shout outs. He definitely uploaded his videos.
Yeah. I think that's that's solid advice for if you're a new player. If you're like a middle of the pack player, if you're playing in leagues and you're going 4-4, what advice would you give to someone who's like, they know the basics, they know how to play the game, but they're stuck at this middle, like me and you, like say me and you 5 years ago. What advice would you give to us 5 years ago when we were like middle of the pack, maybe above average?
5 years ago, I'd look at myself and say, you're the fucking GOAT. You're not middle of the pack. I don't know what Kurt's talking about. But
5 years ago, you got made fun of by Kurt. So
why? Because I banned Shedinja probably. That was longer than 5 years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, but that's when I met you. So that's when
5 years? I feel like we've known each other longer than 5 years. I feel like it's been like 6 at least.
It's probably around there. 5 or 6. I feel like 6 is not that much higher of a number than 5. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and you did not make fun of me. I remember the first thing I did with you was PMU, and I'll never forget. I joined call, and I was 8-4 in round 1 of playoffs, and you joined call, and you're like, "You're 8-4. You're good."
You're good? Yeah, dude. See, my first interaction with you was making fun of you. You're good.
Yeah, but
the fuck.
Anyway,
your name is John Jr.
Self-confidence aside, looking
that's
at
a good
someone
one.
Who's like,
inadvertently good advice.
What, have self-confidence?
Have self-confidence.
Well, that goes back to even last episode where we were talking about anxiety, right? One thing that I've been trying to live by, as someone who's been struggling with social anxiety, whose like anxieties went back, one big thing that I've been trying to do, and this applies to not just Pokemon, this is like all aspects of life. If you don't believe in you, nobody else has any reason to. You have to be the first person to believe in you. Otherwise, why would other people perceive you as somebody who can do what you say you can? You know what I mean? If you don't truly believe you can do it, then you won't be able to. You just won't be able to. If you say, because too many times I see people, we'll go back to specifically Draft League, I see people specifically go into games and they're like, I'm not gonna win this game. Like I have no chance, this person's better than me. And they lose. And to me, it's because they don't think they can win. It makes a world of a difference, man, having that mindset of I can. Say I can instead of I can't. I guess is my ultimate advice regarding that, right? Bars,
no,
exactly.
That's exactly it. Especially like, again, me 5 years ago is a perfect example, or 4 years ago, whenever the fuck APA was in particular. Going into games, against someone you know, like, even though you know they're better than you and they probably know they're better than you, going into the mindset of like, I can't win because this person's better than me is going to lose you the game. If you go into the mindset of even like, it's a 50-50 game, it's Pokemon, you know, anyone can win it, at least that's a better mentality than like, you don't need to go into the game screaming, I'm him, bro. How the fuck did I win that? I'm him, bro. You don't need to do that, because whoever the fuck does that is cringe as hell. Like, honestly, certified cringe weirdo. But if you go in with a 50-50 mindset, then that's better than anything else you can go in with. Thoughts on that, John?
People ate that shit up. I gained like 200 subs from that video.
You also gained 200 insults from everyone else who made fun of you for that shit, bro.
You mean you?
No, actually, I was one of the only people that did make fun of you at first.
Who are you talking about?
Owen.
Oh, Owen. Okay. Yeah. No, okay. Yeah, I got it. No, I gained, 100 subs from that video. Sorry. Anyway, not important. But yeah, self-confidence is super important. If you don't believe in you, then who will? What was the point we were making before that? There was a point that we were making before that was super important.
Middle of the pack player, how to get better.
Oh, yes. Middle of the pack player, how to get better. I guess my first way to look, you've kind of already covered it. At that point, I was overloaded. I was doing 7 draft leagues at a time. And it's 100% quality over quantity. Like, you have so many, like, yeah, you finished well in a couple leagues, but then you finished very poorly in some others, and it's like, you're like, what am I doing wrong? It's because you're spread too thin. You don't want to do that. And I'm not going to go too long on that, because I feel like that is something you've already covered. But I guess other advice I would give is, don't be afraid to try new styles, new ways to draft, new ways to play. And I mean, I said it last episode, but try to focus on a win con, focus on an in game, think a couple of turns ahead. That's probably the biggest one, actually. Think turns ahead, because whenever I was losing, that's probably not what I was doing. I was probably thinking turn by turn.
Turn of, yeah, that's a big one. The other big one is really thinking about prep and not kind of just straightforward. Like, straightforward prep gets you very far in terms of like, this Pokemon checks this Pokemon, this is my check to this Pokemon beats, like, it's at a base concept, draft is very simple. The more you look into how things interact with each other is how you honestly get better. Knowing that this is my Rotom Wash check. Well, Rotom Wash gonna Volt Switch into the thing that beats you. So how do you deal with that? And that's one of my favorite things, and that's one that I see a lot of. It's like, this Pokemon beats this Pokemon that has U-turn. Well, he's gonna U-turn into the Pokemon that beats you. Now what?
Like, and Draft League player love click U-turn.
Draft League player love click U-turn, bro. It's knowing how Pokemon work. It's knowing how Pokemon interact. It's knowing, kind of having that self-awareness of like, my team's really fucking ground weak, so maybe I lose to Landorus. Maybe I should focus on how to not lose to Landorus.
That would be a Lanad moment.
That would be a Lanad moment. And it's kind of just like, especially if you've played the game for a long time, if you're new, you don't really need to think like that, because you don't know how mons work. But you've been around the draft scene for a year, 2, you know, you played in some draft leagues, you know how things work at this point, you know how the game works. So if you're able to make that next step of like, okay, this happens, then what? Like, it ties back to what John said, thinking a couple turns ahead, thinking about different options, thinking about different things, and preparing for worst case scenarios. And that's how I personally went from mediocre player to what I think is better now. I don't think I'm good. I think I'm better than I was before. So,
and Mox can help with that too, right? Like, Mox can definitely help with
Agreed.
that, especially if you're like a newer player. Me personally, I don't love Mox. I think that some people can definitely get in your head. You kind of just got to figure it out, man, whether Mox are for you or not. But especially if you're a newer player or you're like a middle of the pack player, Mox can definitely help you a lot, because it helps you kind of get a feel for the game, a feel for your team, understand, okay, well, I originally thought that I was going to check Kleavor, but Kleavor just U-turns on me and goes into Chien Pow every time. Kleavor does not suck, man. It was just it was just an example. Please stop insulting Kleavor.
Dude, don't even get me started. That's a whole nother tangent. Kleavor is so bad.
Kleavor is actually good. Okay, Kurt, go ahead. No, explain it to me.
Oh my, the dude can't hit anything.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. You missed 4 stone axes to lose.
Well, even besides that, it just doesn't hit anything. If you're not weak to rock or bug, you wall Kleavor.
No, like, you do not. It has like sharpness, night slash, and something else.
Yeah,
that
does nothing, dude.
Dude, no way. I'm looking up a calc right now. Let's see, like Don fan. That's my go-to physical wall.
This is mean. This is a mean fucking calc.
Night slash. And we're gonna assume we're choice banded, in fact.
Sure, give him a choice band. I guarantee you it's a 3-hit KO after rocks.
Are we doing max HP or max Fizz Def?
It's a Fizz Def Dawn fan. It's a Dawn fan, bro.
Oh, so you want max Fizz Def?
It's a Fizz Def Dawn fan, bro. It checks.
Fizz
Is there to make fun of Kleavor in his stupid fucking face?
Alright, guys, let's move on from this topic. So
yeah, dude, Kleavor is so bad.
It did 29 to 34%.
That's sad. Poor guy.
Please be nice to Kleavor.
He looks cool. Look at him that.
He does look cool. I love Kleavor, but I do agree. I think that I agree with my own point. Mocks are
what a guy.
Good. That's the thought. That's the thought. That's
Mocks
the whole thought.
are good.
And also, actually, I saw a discussion about this earlier today, and I want to talk about this because somebody, shout out to, I can't remember your name. I could look if I wanted to. A little bit lazy. In BBR, someone let me know they were having a discussion with their friends, and their friends said that.
I saw that. The Volcarona guy.
Yes, their friends said that Volcarona can only be a Quiver Dance user, and he was trying to tell them that, especially in Draft League, specifically in Draft League, it can be so much more. And he was right. In Draft League, saying that something can only do one thing is usually not correct. I actually can't think of a Pokemon that can only do one thing. Can you?
Bastiodon. No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
The only one that I could maybe think of was Galarian Darmanitan, but even then it has potential sub-select sets, so it's like that's not even true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
G-Darm is probably the closest thing you get to that. The other thing is like you can't even say Spectre anymore. Because Spectre still can like Willow Hex and be really annoying and yeah, no, I think G-Darm is the closest thing. Maybe regular Darmanitan, if you want to go down that far. Because he just choice Scarfs. And that's it.
He could, but at the same time he could also choice Band. And be good at that too. So it's like good pivot. There's not a single Pokemon I can think of that's just like only do this one thing. Yes.
I'm even going through the tier list right now quickly, and I don't like Chansey and Blissey maybe can only do one thing.
Yeah, I guess
they're bad to begin with, so that's why they're bad. Hold on, revert back to the beginning of the episode. That's why those Pokemon are bad, because they do one thing, and that's it. And that one thing's very easy to be bullied with.
So I guess it's more so talking about top tier threats then, right? Because if Volcarona was the talking point, even something like I guess a good example looking at the top tiers would be like Ting Lu. All it can do is Hazard Set and Whirlwind. That thing has 120 base attack. Use that thing fucking offensively too, man. You could use a choice banded Ting Lu and that thing could probably claim a KO.
I've seen that before. Or I was talking to someone the other day about in Terra leagues allowing having Terra Ting Lu is super demon.
Yes.
Both offensively, defensively. Ting Lu's just gross. He's just fucking
Ting Lu was a really good Pokemon. We're just talking about, dude, a choice banded Ting Lu can 2-hit KO Dawn fan. Oh, not Fizz Def though. Oops. You better make fun of Kleavor again, weren't you?
I was gonna say, does he do more than Kleavor?
He does do more than Kleavor with Earthquake, yes.
Stupid Kleavor. Stupid
idiot. Stupid Kleavor. Wait, not stupid Kleavor. I take it back.
Yeah, I win.
No, wait. I was just agreeing with you because I was like, this guy's not gonna say something mean. Yes, so Pokemon can do so many more things. Like Volcarona, for instance, we'll use that as the example because that's the example on hand. That Pokemon, you might draft it because you like the Quiver Dance potential, but it can also just be a good Fairy check. It can also be Momentum. It can be Choice Specs. You could even run Choice Scarf on it. You could be like a bulky Willow set with Morning Star. There's a lot of different options for different Pokemon, and that's the beauty of Draft League. That's the format we play, right? Is Pokemon shouldn't only be forced to do one thing every single week, and if you do that, you're either pulling really good matchups with Bulk Up Annihilate, or you're using the Pokemon wrong.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think it was Kaz. I don't remember who I was talking to about this. I think it was Kaz who said every move a Pokemon learns can be used in a game in some instance. And my favorite instance of Kaz doing that is when he brought Confuse Ray Muck against me in a mock. And I almost lit him on fire. Not in GBA Tour, it wasn't.
Oh, in GBA Tour, gotcha.
Yeah, he brought Confuse Ray Muck to at least punish a mid-ground pivot of, I think it was Dawn Fan or some shit. I don't remember. But it's really, it's kind of back to what I said before, where it's like you look at how things play out and really knowing what things do and how you can punish them. Every move is justifiable. I've seen Amels run Charm. Charm is actually a really good move. Or I think Baby.
Wait, I've run Charm. Why you say Amel? I ran Charm.
Amel was messaging me about Charm earlier today, and it was really weird. Or baby. One of them is priority. I think it's Baby Doll Eyes is priority.
Yes. Yeah.
That one's really justifiable. What's other stupid moves that I've ran? Fling. People love Fling. That one's funny. Like everything a Pokemon has in that team builder can be used in some way or another. Like
Eerie Impulse Zapdos is a good example.
Yeah. There's a reason why Pokemon Showdown ain't include Tackle and Pound, because they're not usable moves. But everything that Pokemon learns, as long as it ain't banned, it can be used in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't know Pokemon Showdown didn't include Tackle. Don't you say a damn word about Bastiodon, Kurt. You watch your mouth.
It does if you manually type it, but I don't think it comes up in Never Search Moves. I was gonna say Bastiodon learns some cool fucking moves.
Bastiodon, it has the tools, just not the stats.
Bastiodon gets Bolt Beam. Do you know that?
I actually did. I knew it got Thunderbolt. I actually didn't know it got Ice Beam.
It gets Bolt Beam and Fire Blast. And Outrage.
So, and Stealth Rock and Taunt. And
we knew it got those moves. I don't think he has Taunt. Oh, he does have Taunt.
Yeah, what the heck? Why does Bastiodon have the moveset of a legendary beast?
Dude, because he's so cool.
Wait, does he get Body Press? Dude,
no.
They fucked up my boy.
If Bastiodon got Body Press, then I think he would be really good.
I wouldn't say really good. Let's keep the term really good for good Pokemon. How about that?
In comparison to where he is now, I think he would be very good. Could you imagine Terra fighting Bastiodon with Body Press?
Wait, Terra Bastiodon actually might sound demon. You know who I think it would be a good Pokemon with Terra that's really unexplored is Avalugg.
Oh.
Rampardos is a good one too, actually.
I thought you were gonna try and no, I think Avalugg sucks.
Let's see. I want to see how much Kleavor does to Bastiodon. Oh,
okay, well it gets close combat, so it's going to blow him away.
I know, but let's pretend that he didn't respect the Bastiodon, and they brought no close combat. Night Slash from a banded Kleavor.
Stop counting Night Slash.
Does 27 to. What other neutral move does it get to hit Bastiodon? Huh?
U-turn.
That's not neutral. That's not neutral.
Steel does not resist Bug.
What?
I don't think so.
Kurt.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Kurt. Steel resists Bug.
I don't believe you.
And I think Rock resists Bug.
Rock does not resist Bug. That's cap.
Okay. Steel 100% resists Bug then.
I don't think so, but I wouldn't believe you if I was wrong.
Let me see. No, you know what? You're right. Rock does not resist Bug because Tyranitar doesn't resist Bug. I'm positive Steel resists Bug.
I know Rock doesn't. That one I know 1000% Rock does not resist Bug.
Let's see. Bug. Steel does resist Bug. This is the dude y'all want to take advice from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I think I should pretty much wrap up the skill level and draft thing. I think we did a very poor job of
I think we did a very poor job on every topic in this video, but that's okay, because that's why if people wanted a coherent podcast, they're in the wrong fucking place.
Eat bubble. I thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Let us know who you guys want in episode 3 as a potential guest, huh?
Or listening. They didn't have to watch. They could have just
That's true. We appreciate you audio listeners. Not a lot going on screen except for Kurt missing a water bottle in the recycle bin.
I keep cracking my knuckles in my neck. That counts.
I keep cracking them in my hands. But anyway.
You're gonna crack them in your fucking feet?
Well, you crack them in your neck? That's what a stupid question to ask me.
Oh, well, I cracked okay. I thought you meant cracking your finger. I thought you meant cracking your fingers with your hands. I'm like, what else are you gonna crack them with? But,
what a stupid. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know who you guys want on episode 3, and also
let us know who you think was wrong in the scheduling thing from the beginning of the episode if you made it this far, because I guarantee you it's John.
It's not John.
It's definitely.
I'll just let you know. It's not John. The answer's not John.
It's John. It's
definitely. The answer's not John. The answer's Kurt. And also leave us some questions so we can have a viewer comment question.
We don't have to
in the beginning.
Mighty Beans for 20 minutes.
Weeble and Wobble. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out Kurt. Actually, Kurt does the podcast too. If you didn't know. If you guys didn't know, check out Kurt down in the description below. And I think that does it for us here, guys.
Because he also does the podcast. Like, I haven't been here for the last hour and 15 minutes.
And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.
God damn it.